So telling other people that you're HIV positive is something that gets easier with time. You have to trust me on that. You know, I was working in HIV at the time of my diagnosis, and that I had been doing so for 5 years. And at diagnosis, I felt a bit of a failure, really, which was stupid. I felt like I'd let people down. I felt like people were going to be disappointed in me. But, you know, I just kind of, you know, done things that other people were doing, and, you know, HIV can affect anybody. So I fell foul of it, and there was nothing to be embarrassed about, and I'm certainly not embarrassed about my HIV status today. And then obviously, I went straight back to work after the HIV test and told everybody at work, and I was working for an HIV charity. I had a very supportive environment. People looked after me, and I got lots of nice advice. I always remember the kindnesses that people kind of presented me with at that time. And that saw me through for a period, and increasingly I was more confident to tell more people. I hadn't told my parents, and I decided not to, but I think that I felt that the way that they would react, not from a position of badness, but perhaps from a position of ignorance. HIV would cause them anxiety, an anxiety that HIV doesn't cause me, didn't cause me then, and it doesn't cause me now. So I didn't really want them to know, because I didn't want to cause them that anxiety. But I faced a position where a partner at the time, I felt that my sense was he was going to out my HIV status. And I think it's a sad reality that HIV can still be used as a weapon and to control people or to blackmail people. And I decided to bite the bullet and go and tell my parents. And I was really nervous. And this was fairly recent, you know, in the last 4 or 5 years. I'd had HIV for 10 years or so. And I took a friend with me, a friend that had had HIV for 26 years. And so I discussed, you know, various things in my life with my parents, and then came out as being HIV positive. And it was very much like coming out as being gay, that anxiety that I faced when I first told them that. And it all went kind of well, but my friend Tom that came with me said to my mum, well, I've had HIV for 26 years. And she said, have you, Tom? And he said, yeah, I have. And she said, well, you look fantastic. And he said, oh, thanks very much. And, you know, it kind of broke the ice, and she saw someone that was living very, very a good life, a healthy life with HIV. And I think that was really profound. That support that I got from my friend and that experience that he'd had really reassured my parents. Since then, you know, once those key people are told, you kind of reach a point where, you know, telling people, you just think, well, you know, if they react badly, okay. You know, I'll deal with it. You know, I certainly wouldn't stop me telling people, and I wouldn't use it to be provocative, but I would see it as my way of being honest. And the more confident I am with HIV, the more self-esteem that I've clawed back, the better able I am to disclose HIV and to tell others that, you know, I'm living successfully with a chronic disease.